Good afternoon. So what I'm presenting at the Palazzo is actually almost everything I have in my oeuvre. So just for one piece that I left home. It's quite Baroque, I think, because of all the reflections that I use. I use marble as well. So I'm showing in vain. This is my most important piece. I graduated with it. It's a lightweight marble table. It's a trestle table that can be used as a mirror. So you can set it aside against the wall, and then you have a blown mirror. It weighs only 35 kilograms, so that's quite astonishing for marble, I think. Next to that I have Inhale. That's my last piece that I made. It's a very heavy coffee table. It's maybe the opposite. It's about 400 kilograms, resting on a pillow blown from brass sheets. So, and then I show a bench. It's just a movie of a bench that I did 3 years ago. That's maybe the first design piece that I ever made, also during education. And this is actually a piece of metal, polished stainless steel, and it's clamped in between two trees. So the trees are carrying the bench, and they will start growing over the bench after maybe 1 or 2 years. So they become one with the trees, which makes it yeah. You have the image of the trees and the park that's inside the tree that you can see, and then the bench becomes one with the tree because of the growing process. So, because I think they're beautiful. I was also raised in a family business that's working with marble. So this is the main thing, I guess. I will be doing other things as well. So I don't want to work only with marble. I think I will continue working with marble, but because I love it. But the most important thing in my work is, I think, nature. Because I use nature in a way that I think nature has this. It's like a parameter that you cannot really contain yourself. I mean, there is one. Mostly in my work, there is one parameter that's not my possession. Like with the in vain table, it's blown. It's never the same. The mirror, the bench in between the trees. Yeah, the trees are there, and they will start growing over. And also with the cushion, with the Inhale coffee table, it's like a rock. So I use the beauty of the nature itself, which is part of the design, of course. It just happened to me, I think. I had this first in vain table, and this opened some doors for me, I think. It got a lot of attention. And then I have an idea and I start making it. I design mostly in the workshop, so I don't design on the computer. I cannot draw on the computer. So I start making it, and then it's finished, and then it's there, so then I can sell. And I make it myself. So I don't really need the producers, sometimes for special techniques. But yeah. The Inhale table, the coffee table, is limited to 8 pieces. I think it's more like a sculpture. The in vain table is not limited, but I think it's always unique because I use the marble. It's always different. Also, the mirror is always different. But I think it's much more a story about real design. So this is why I didn't want to make it limited. This is an example of actually the first test that I made before I made the in vain table. So it's a pillow. It's 2 pieces of metal welded together and blown with water pressure. It was a test to see if I could make a bowl kind of shape that can support the marble and makes the marble not going to break. So as you can see, it's very organic, and it's never the same when you do something like this. There is this parameter that I cannot control, which I like a lot. But still, I try to make something with it that is quite pushing the limits. So voilà. Yeah, it's also something, so putting the different materials in contrast is something that happens to me as well, I think, because Like the in vein table, that's why I talk about design when I'm talking about in vein. It was all the materials that are used were really necessary to make this table. So I use leather in that table, but it's because the leather is not going to scratch the stainless steel, and I needed a belt to follow the organic shape of the belly of the table. So it was like it was necessary. But I understand, of course, that there is also aesthetics in that, and I believe that when you're going to be very pure in your choices, the aesthetics will follow the design. The next thing that I'm working on is probably going to be a bar stool, so a high stool on just one leg. It will have a round-shaped leg, and it will be in bronze. Well, it will be an organic shape. The difficulty will be the making process. I have the shape already. Actually, I designed it about maybe 3 years ago. I never made it before, but I have it now in foam, and it will be casted in bronze. So the difficulty will be to find somebody that can cast it for me. It has to be very heavy on the downside and very light weight. Yeah. On the upper side, so I will need to find somebody that can cast this very thin in one side and very heavy on the other side. So that's, I think, difficult.